Welcome to Everything Co-op, bringing you information on how cooperatives can help improve your quality of life. This show is being sponsored by the National Co-op Bank, NCB. The NCB is dedicated to strengthening communities nationwide for the delivery of banking and financial services for the nation's cooperatives, their members, and other socially responsible organizations. For more information on the power of community ownership, visit ncb.coop. That's ncb.coop. Now stay tuned for your host, Vernon Oakes.
Good morning, everybody. This is Vernon Oakes on this rainy Thursday morning. This program is brought to you by National Cooperative Bank. National Cooperative Bank sponsors this program to tell you about the benefits of the cooperative way of life. And thanks for calling in, John Torres.
Hi, good morning, Vernon. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Good morning. I'm so glad you come in and talk to us about the things that are happening. First off, Co-op month is October.
That's right.
Okay, and news flash is we've been on the air for 4 years.
Well, congratulations.
This October.
My goodness, and that is amazing.
John, we were only going to do it for 1 month. It took off.
Hey, you know, when a good thing is going well, just keep it going, right?
Yeah, and I've been having a lot of fun doing this. It's great. So I'm glad you're on, and you're going to talk to us about the other two events that's coming up. Let's see if we can take this section and talk about, Which one do you want to talk about first?
Well, let's talk about them in order. So the Co-op Festival, so this is a cooperative festival taking place on the National Mall here in Washington, D.C., on September 30 and October 1st. That's a Saturday and Sunday. And the entire point for this event is to express to the general public the impact that cooperatives make on the economy and in communities around the country, from food co-ops to your electric co-op to a marketing co-op to all different kinds of co-ops. And so all of those folks are going to be on display there on the National Mall, talking about the benefits of the cooperative business model and what that means to the communities that they serve.
You know, that's great, because the four segments of co-ops, I call them the worker-owned cooperative, the consumer cooperatives, and then the purchasing and marketing co-ops.
Mm-hmm.
Those are four major types. So will you have all of those on the mall?
We will have all of them represented on the mall. And so that's going to be a great place where folks can come and learn more in depth about what those different sectors mean and different organizations and brands that you can find within those sectors. You know, a lot of folks use cooperative products, and they actually really love cooperative brands, and they have no idea that those brands that they use on a day-to-day basis are actually cooperatives, that the folks that are working there, the folks that are supplying the items from their farm or are working inside that business actually own that business that they're working in and are able to make those decisions.
So can you give us a couple examples of those logos or those names of those brands?
Sure. You're going to see brands like Organic Valley. Organic Valley has thousands of cooperative farmers that belong to their co-op, and they're going to be there. They are going to have on display a number of things. One of them will be a virtual farm tour. So they're going to use virtual reality to take some of the visitors through to see different farms, cooperative farms.
So I can pet a cow?
Virtually, yes.
Okay.
You'll be able to do that. There's also going to be...
That's a marketing co-op then, right? Organic Valley?
Organic Valley, yes. They're an agriculture co-op.
An ag co-op where different farmers would send their products to, and they process and sell and market them off.
That's correct. Yes, that's correct. And so they have yogurt and cheese and milk and all different kinds of things. And so there you'll also be able to go and get some samples of their product, which they'll have there for attendees. And it'll be a fun time. So Organic Valley will be there. Also, Ocean Spray. Ocean Spray is our premier sponsor. They're going to be there on the mall in a very big way.
You know, but wait a minute, John. There was a long time before I knew Ocean Spray was a co-op. I didn't know it. I mean, I've drank Ocean Spray cranberry juice all my life.
That's right.
It had no sense it was made by cooperative. And so are these different farmers that take their
That's right. Yeah, these are different farmers that are the cranberry farmers and other farmers that work with or are part of, rather, the Ocean Spray Cooperative of Farmers, and they produce all those delicious products that like you said, that we consume on a daily basis. And a lot of folks don't know that Ocean Spray is made up of these individual family farms, and they are a part of that cooperative. So they'll be there, and their display will actually be, and I don't know, you may have seen the commercials with the two guys standing inside the cranberry bog, and they kind of have banter back and forth between them.
Well, one of them talks, and the other one's okay.
That's right.
They're
so
from Dumber
they're
and Dumber. I got it. Okay.
Yeah. And so there on the mall, we're going to have a 40-foot by 70-foot cranberry bog for folks to come and participate with and learn about the process, and also learn why Ocean Spray is a cooperative and why they've been so successful over all these years as a cooperative business. And so,
are you trying to tell me I can jump in the pool and mash like?
I'm going to tell you can go and see it. Okay. I don't know about jumping in.
Okay.
But they're definitely going to be there for you to take some great photo ops, and also to learn more about that about the model itself and what it's done for those farmers.
There was a show with I Love Lucy had it where they were, I don't know, somewhere.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
The grapes. I mean, that I think I've seen that one, I don't know, 100 times.
Sure.
So,
yeah, that's great.
But I can't do that. All right.
No.
So you got Ocean Spray, Organic Valley, which are marketing co-ops.
That's right. Cabot Creamery also will be there, and a great many others. And Cabot Creamery is actually doing a wonderful display on their cooperative patch that they have created for the Scout program. So many of us, all those listening, and even you and I, Vernon, may know folks who have Scouts in their families or who have participated in Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts. And the Cabot, in conjunction with the National Cooperative Business Association, actually came up with a cooperative patch that can be earned by those Scout troops. And what they're going to be doing on the mall is providing the opportunity for Scouts to come and earn their patch there on the mall, their cooperative patch. And in that process, learn all about the different cooperatives that are there and about the model itself and why it is the preferred way to do business.
Well, I'm going to tell my church Scout group. I was in a Scout group as a kid. First time I ever, camped overnight.
Oh, okay.
Quite interesting. But we, again, knew nothing about co-ops. I didn't learn anything about co-ops until 22 years ago when I started managing housing co-ops.
Right, yeah.
So I'll be 70 here in a few, October 7th, I'll turn 70. And so,
happy early birthday. Then.
Thank you. For 50, was that 22 from 70? 48 years I knew nothing about co-ops.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's people that go their entire life not knowing that the products that they use, that some of the places where they get their news and information, like the Associated Press, that's a cooperative. There's a whole bunch of co-ops out there that are successful, that are really making an impact. And, we really want to inform folks that this is a fantastic model. It's a way for folks to really participate in the economy within their own communities and actually around the nation.
So September the 30th on the mall and October the 1st.
That's right. Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. What time to what time?
So it opens at 10 a.m. and we'll have some live music. There'll be some bands playing throughout, all different kinds of world music and other music. And then it'll close down around 4 p.m. And that's the official hours there. Some folks will hang out a little bit longer, but those are the official hours, 10 to 4, Saturday and Sunday, September 30th and October 1st, down on the National Mall.
Okay. Can you give us any other idea of who else is going to be there? Any worker co-ops?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. The Cooperation Works will be there. We are working with the pedicabs. I don't know if you're familiar with the pedicabs here in D.C., but the pedicabs are the folks that they're kind of a rickshaw where they will ride you around and give you a tour of D.C. on the back of a bike. And you'll find a lot of them up on Capitol Hill and taking folks from building to building there, but also giving those tours. Well, they have become a member of the National Cooperative Business Association about 2 years ago, and they are actually a cooperative.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so they'll be there, and that's a worker co-op, and they'll be there on the mall. And so there'll be an opportunity for folks being able to get some rides from those folks, and then find out from them why it's important that they became a co-op. And so there's a whole host of cooperatives, big and small, that are going to be there. There'll be some housing co-ops there. There will be we're going to have a co-op cafe where we can sample all different coffee cooperatives and chocolate and all different kinds of things will be there as samples for folks to take with them.
Will Equal Exchange be there?
I believe their chocolate will be there, yes. Okay. That's usually the question folks ask. Will their chocolate be there?
Either their chocolate or their coffee or their tea. I also like their nuts. They're very, very fresh.
That's right, yeah.
I knew nothing about them until I learned it on this program. That first year, second year, they were here for the whole December, trying to tell people about all of the products that they have that they could, give away as Christmas gifts.
Right, yeah.
Equal Exchange is a worker cooperative.
Yeah.
You got the Paddy Cabs.
Mm-hmm.
Is REI going to be involved at all?
So REI is actually sponsoring the next event that we can talk about, and that is the Impact Conference, which is coming up following the Co-op Festival.
Before you change it, John,
sure.
I got one more question to ask you on here.
Absolutely.
Will you have any kind of participation for the people to show up, that if they go to these 10 booths, they get some drawing or something that they can go and get stamped from thing to thing, so they can really get this whole view of what this co-op world is like?
Absolutely. So I'm glad you mentioned that, and that's one thing I should say is that Cabot Creamery has put together a passport in the form of a scavenger hunt for the folks that are going to be participating. So what that means is that you'll be able to go to their booth, grab a booklet that has all of these co-op questions, and you need to go to each of the different tents, booths that are going to be there on the mall, and get a stamp. And that stamp, once you receive that stamp, the way to get that stamp is to hear and to listen to why that cooperative is a cooperative and what makes that cooperative unique and the impact that they're having. They'll go through all these different stations, and they come back, and then Cabot will have a honorary patch that they can get, and also some other goodies that they'll be giving to folks. So that's a way that folks are going to be able to get that full experience there throughout the entire mall process and really learn more about cooperatives. So thanks for reminding me and bringing that up.
Okay, they're the group that has starting a food co-op in the district. Will anybody like Corporate Development Foundation be there to talk about the different resources, either monies to help them get started or technical assistance?
Yes, absolutely. So the Cooperative Development Foundation will be there, and they do a lot of cooperative support and sponsorship for various cooperatives. And they're going to be there on the mall, and actually they will also be talking about home care, which is a kind of a trending topic nowadays. And they'll be talking about cooperative home care. They have a conference coming up in November.
Wait! Don't pass home care up, because us 70-years we need it. Baby boomers.
I hear
it's such
you.
a big deal.
Yeah. And so as the boomers start to get older, there's going to be an increased need for folks to have care at home. And there are a number of cooperatives that are being formed or that have formed to provide that service. And by providing that service, it stabilizes the care that people are getting. It puts a standard to the care that they're getting as well. And the folks that are working for that cooperative or own that cooperative and part of that cooperative have great benefits and have a good salary, and they have a good quality of life. And that is the reason why the cooperative model is the ideal way that for home care, for folks to form these providers, these care providers, have them form together and really make an impact in a positive way on the aging society here.
Well, speaking of impact, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and talk about the Impact Conference. Okay? We'll be right back.
Washington, D.C.'s News Talk, 1450 AM WOL and 95.9 FM.
information is power. That's why the National Cooperative Bank sponsored this program, to give you information so that you can have the power to impact your community. You can have the power to form a co-op, or you can go to the co-op festival that John just talked to us about on the mall. That is September 30th, Saturday from 10 to 4, or October 1st, which is a Sunday from 10 to 4, to get information about co-ops. You will be amazed, as I have been, of how many cooperatives there are in the U.S., the impact that they have on the economy, but more importantly, the impact they have on economically challenged communities. Most of the communities I know of and came out of, African Americans, Latino Americans, rural America, a lot of poor communities are communities that don't have a lot of assets.
That's right.
Co-ops really work. So let's change the subject, and you wanted to talk about the Impact Conference that's coming.
That's right. Yeah, the Impact Conference is actually coming up right after the festival, and so we're kicking off that entire week there with the festival, and then it goes into the Impact Conference on October 4 through 6 in Alexandria, Virginia. And this conference is focused on the economic impact co-ops have in the United States. And we're going to have an international portion of that programming as well. So this is an opportunity for cooperators, large and small, to engage with other co-op members, supporters, policymakers, and the various stakeholders that they have. This is going to be a place where we can really live out our principles and do Principle 6, which is cooperation among cooperatives, and really talk to each other and understand what's happening in each sector. We really look forward to this conference. There will be a kickoff of this conference on that October 4 at 8 a.m., which will be the state of the cooperative economy. I mean, how many people don't want to hear that? The state of the cooperative economy, that's going to be presented there that first thing on that Wednesday morning. And that is going to be something that I think everyone is going to want to hear, to see the actual economic impact that cooperatives are making.
Well, John, okay, where is this going to be?
So this will be in Old Town Alexandria. It'll be at the Hilton, and that will be October 4th through 6th.
And it starts at 8 a.m. on the 4th. And what's that day? What's it?
The 4th is a Wednesday, and it'll start at 8 a.m. that day. You can go and register by coming to our website, ncba.coop, and clicking on the Cooperative Impact Conference, and then registering there. Register now. Yeah, we're looking forward to really great conversations that'll take place there.
I got Impact 2017.
Yep.
Co-op Impact Conference, why attend, register speakers, agenda, travel and accommodation, sponsors, and partners.
That's right.
Okay, co-hosted by NCB.
Yeah, that's right. And we're really, really thrilled to have NCB as our co-host for this. NCB understands the importance of cooperative impacts. They put out the Co-op 100, which is the top 100 cooperative businesses here in the United States, and we really appreciate the work that they've done in elevating the cooperative business model and really bringing to light the economic impact that cooperatives are making on the economy. So to have them as a co-host is a natural fit for us, and we're very excited about it.
Well, you know, the reason we've been here for 4 years is one of the major reasons because of NCB. It sponsored this, just paying for the airtime and support and getting everybody together to come on.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for them, we would not be in existence. So, yeah. But Marilyn McDonald from Cabot Cheese was on the program, and she said that Chuck Snyder and his group are angels. She's
right about that. Okay. She absolutely is.
Okay. So give a taste of what is the impact. We don't know about co-ops, as you said. Ocean Spray, I never knew. And so what kind of, can you give us a sense? I know University of Wisconsin did a study 4, 5, 6 years ago that talked about the economic impact. So
yeah, they did, and we are really thrilled that we're able to get a question in the 2018 economic census that the Department of Commerce is putting out. We lobbied for that for, I would say, 2 years or so or more. It's been a lot of groundwork to get that done, but they're going to include that question back into the census, which will give us an opportunity to really get a good picture of what the economic impact is. Not only just that picture, but also to see how many actual cooperatives there are out there. We hear 40,000 cooperatives from the University of Wisconsin study back in 2010, and we know that that has just grown, but we're not exactly sure how much it's grown. And this economic census is really going to give us the opportunity to look at that and see the growth that this movement has had over the past 5 years.
John,
past 7 years,
yeah,
actually.
Yeah, I've said 4 or 5. I didn't know it was that long. But what is the question on the census?
So the question is, I believe it's a two-part question, and the question basically states, are you a cooperative? Or do you identify, are you incorporated as a cooperative business? And if so, then it goes on to ask some more pointed versions of that information. But what that does, if they do say that, yes, they're incorporated as a cooperative, all of the other questions that they've answered, whether it's their revenue, where they're located, how many members they have, all of that then gets fed into that data system, and we're able to very quickly then see what those folks that have identified as a cooperative or that are incorporated as a cooperative. Then we can see what their assets are. We can see the footprint that they have here in the country, and that's going to be the first for us in a long time, I believe, since the early 90s. When that question was removed from the economic census, that we're finally back in there and really have the opportunity to get a good picture.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that we're working on. We also have we have on that Thursday morning, we're doing a Hill visit with the attendees. We're providing them some information to go up there and really provide Congress and educate Congress on the impact that cooperatives are making. We have an invite to Senator Gillibrand to speak at a breakfast that morning to give us some more information. That senator represents the great state of New York, which is where I'm from. So I'm very happy to have her interested in this. But they also have the large, and you'll be able to help me on this, Vernon. Actually, I don't know. I think it's the largest housing cooperative in the country, I'm sure, but maybe even the world, and that is Co-op City up in the Bronx.
9,000 units.
Yeah, that 9,000 units, and so that is a large part of her constituent base, and so that's kind of the connection that we want to inform everyone, to let them know that you've got cooperatives in your backyard. There are a great many cooperatives out there, and they're part of your constituents, and it's going to be important that you recognize them and see that. And so what we're doing is providing our attendees with that information and letting them use their own testimonies and their own stories to share the cooperative impact with these congressmen on that Thursday morning. So there's a great many things. We're going to be talking about financing. We're going to be talking about the effects that cooperatives are having in funding development for new cooperatives. Measurement and evaluation is another track, and these are all geared toward understanding and getting a good sense of what the economic impact is of the cooperative business model.
Okay, is there a way that we have never taken this show out on the road?
Okay.
And I'm not exactly sure what that would take. I told her I would need a special mic or some kind of equipment so I could take it like a Thursday. Or even maybe getting some bits of the conversation on Wednesday morning. Yeah. About the impact, and then Thursday on the Hill or the Hildebrand speech, and maybe something Friday. But I'm thinking about something for that Thursday.
Sure. I think that's a great idea, Vernon. As a matter of fact, on air right now, I am going to offer you will be our media partner for this. So Everything Co-op will be our media partner for the Impact Conference.
Fantastic. All right. Okay.
And so I think that is a great idea. I think that would be wonderful. I think your listeners would will really appreciate what they'll be hearing. It'll give them an opportunity, and you an opportunity to speak with the different cooperators from all different sectors. So that's a great idea, Vernon. I think that's going to work really well.
Well, with 40,000 cooperatives, okay, one of the things we send out a press release, as you know, every Wednesday say who's going to be on the show Thursday. I want to increase the number of emails we have to at least 10,000 names. So we need to go from 1,000 to 10,000. So I'd like your support in doing it. Maybe we can have something out there to people to sign up.
Sure.
That they can get. I just want to get more info. The whole goal for this program is to get exactly what your impact is about, and the festival is about. Let people know more and more about co-ops, so they can get excited about there's a way. You don't have to go to get an MBA. You don't have to go. You have to get knowledge, but you can get that knowledge locally. John, we got 1 minute. What do you want to leave people with? Do you like your work?
I love my work. I absolutely love this. It's one of the best things I've done in my life. And, you know, I'm encouraging everyone that's listening to get out on a beautiful Saturday morning, get out there and go and enjoy these different samples from different cooperatives, learn some new things, and really have a great time. It's going to be a family-friendly event. And if you can't make it out on Saturday, make it out on Sunday. It's going to be wonderful, and we really hope to see everyone there. And then after you get that kind of party atmosphere with the festival, then we go right into some serious talk there on the economic impact through our Impact Conference. So thank you so much, Vern, for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. Everybody have a wonderful cooperative week.
Washington, D.C.'s News Talk, 1450 AM WOS and 95.9 FM.